Hi friends, welcome back to Beccarelli's Books. So I've been working on these masterboards. Let's get this out of the way. So while I was doing that, this one, and then while I was making more, made all of these. While I was doing that, I was watching Diane Thomas, and she was making some little embellishments and whatnot with some beeswax. And I was like, well, I've got some of that. So I went and found it. And now this has evolved into a whole thing, of course. So first up, we did this one. So this has the gesso and the wax. And like, the camera's not going to do it justice. It is so cool. The texture is amazing. You get the waxy bleed on the back, which is really nice. But it's completely dry. Like, it looks wet, but it's not. So I'm really happy with how that one came out. And then I did this one, which is just beeswax, no gesso. And I really like how that came out. Now, here is something interesting. If you're using double-sided paper to do this, you get their back image come through. It kind of like turns it transparent. So you can see here, if you can see that, some of that image is from the back, the words and stuff. But this one is just a photocopied music page that I've got a stack of them. So I was just using that. That has actually been coffee dyed as well. But yeah, I'm just loving it. So that's that. And then I was thinking, well, what if I tried to do it with some, what do you call it? Pattern paper. So I actually just used plain white tissue paper on this side and the pattern paper on this side. And I put, I'm going to do one and show you. But I just put the beeswax down, and then I put the layer of the paper over the top, and then I just put the parchment or the baking paper over that, and then ironed it. So let's do one. It's pretty messy, so you want to make sure that you've got protection. So we'll do that. We'll do that one. So this is really cool. You could do this with so many things. You know, your embellishments, all of the tags and all of the things. But I was working on getting rid of my scraps today, so I made all of those masterboards, and now I've just been playing with beeswax. Alright, so I've got my iron. I do not have a craft iron, so I've just got my regular iron, which never sees clothing except for when I'm sewing. So it's got a non-stick thingy, so, but I'm being very careful, so it'll be fine. So I'll just sprinkle some of those over there, and then we'll get some of this. So under here I've got a magazine just to protect my work surface from the heat. Then I've got the heat proof mat, which the black one is just a cheapie from Bunnings for your barbecue. So for things like this, it's really good. For ink, using it for like, you know, laying colour out and stuff, it's no good because you can't see what you're doing. Yeah, but for things like this, it's perfect. All right, so that's our baking paper. And then we're just going to give it a melt. So you just want to like hold your iron over each part till they melt, but you want it to be runny, like melted till it's runny. And then you use the edge of your iron to push the wax around. But we'll get to that in a second. I mean, it doesn't take super long time, but so obviously I don't have any steam going on. All right. So can you see I'm just using my iron to push the wax around, because there's like a lot over here but none in the corner. So it is pushing out to the edges, but there are a few bits that aren't getting any. I'm really sorry about the wobble. All right, I'm just going to lift this side up and put a couple more pieces under there, because it's just not happening. And then we'll melt that in. But I'm just loving the effect. I think it's so beautiful. So I don't know if Diane knows who I am, but or would even watch my videos, but I was watching her and she's amazing. The tags that she's created are just stunning. So go check her out. I'll link her video down below. She was watching somebody else and they inspired her to have a go, and you know how it goes. You see someone do something and get inspired and jump on and have a crack. But yeah, then, you know, my brain was just like, oh, what if I do this? What if I do that? So I thought, oh, there's only one way to find out. All right, so then we want to separate. We actually want to leave it to dry, like to cool down, while the parchment paper is still on there, because once you pull the parchment paper up, you risk pulling up the tissue paper or the pattern paper or whatever you're using. So we'll just leave that to dry for a sec. So this bag of beeswax, I just bought this online because I make my own balms, but I haven't used this one because I got gifted some beeswax from a local beekeeper, and it's better to use the beeswax from your local area. It's better for allergies and stuff like that. So yeah, I just used the one that she gave me, and I'm now I have a use for these, which I'm happy about. Yeah, that's still really hot. Here we go. Look at that. So beautiful. So then obviously we need to, well, I shouldn't say obviously, it might not be obvious. Then we just need to pull this all up off the heat-proof mat, because a lot of the wax is like oozed off the side, which is fine. And that's how you get all your edges stuck down. Alright, so then once that is completely cooled, I will trim all my edges up. I don't want to do it now because I'll just gum up my scissors. Yeah, how cool is it? I just love it. So some of the parts of it are not fully stuck, so you could go back in and stick another piece of wax, which you can pull up off your mat and reuse it. Just shove that in there. Don't be tempted to stick your iron on that because you'll never see it again. It'll be so sticky and waxy. See, if you pick it up before it's ready, that's not going to be good. I need to do that again. So I just have a little bit of wax on the parchment paper or the baking paper, so I'm just going to wax that on the top. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave this to dry for a good while, like 10 minutes or so, but this is the one that I did before. Let's look at it again. How cool did it come out? It's so cool. You know what, you could probably use napkin as well. Napkin might work even better because the wax will probably seep through it more. Like this, it does seep through, but it's kind of not, you know, like there are some air pockets, but I think the napkin would soak it up. Do I have another one? Yeah, I might do napkin on that one. I've got two more actually. Yeah, they're just turning out awesome. I love it. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, probably playing with more of this sort of thing because I think I'm addicted. All right, see you later. Bye.